welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Krista and I am the creator behind Krista's Crochet. I share crochet vlogs, stories, and fun projects, so grab your yarn and let's chat. One thing I forgot to do in my last video that I wanted to talk about was go through all my works in progresses, aka whips. I have 2 bags worth of whips, which is probably not good. The one I was working on in my last video was this blanket. Right now I'm doing a pattern test for one of my friends, and she made like a fidget snake. It's all tangled up in my yarn. I have to pull out a few rows because I messed it up. So it's one thing I am working on. And then I have 3 Loaf cat bodies that I've started. I have one more, but I don't know where it's at. It might be in my other bag. This one isn't for anybody in particular. This one's going to be for my niece. I made her a baby blanket with this color, and this is like my leftover yarn, so I figured I'd make her a loaf cat with it. And then last in this mess, I started making this wristlet. I'm not gonna pull it all out, but I've had this started for a while. I just need to finish it. Then in my other bag, I think this is the other loaf cat body I started. This is probably like the biggest thing. I have 6 turtle shells that I have started, but I have not made fins for them yet, so I need to get that done. I have this dinosaur that I started this a while ago and I just haven't finished it. And I also have this sheepdog that I started that I also have not finished. Those are all the works in progresses, like my quick, plushy, easy ones. One of the other projects I'm working on right now is a cardigan. I actually already made it and then I just tore it apart because it was way too big on me. That is also one of my projects that got left in Florida. Like I mentioned in my last video, the tablecloth for my stepmom, that is also still in Florida, but I still have some of the yarn here for it. It's basically just squares and you crochet them together, so I can like work on them here, and like when I finally have the tablecloth again, or what I already have started, then I can connect them all together. And then my last project is this like hexagon blanket. It's actually for one of my old supervisors and I never gave it to her, so I'm hoping to finally finish it this year. I think for right now I am going to finish all these loaf cats. This one I think is going to be the hardest one to finish, and one for my niece. She's a baby, so I have to embroider the eyes, and I don't know how good I am at that. I think I'm just going to do a little time lapse of me finishing the loaf cats, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I finished all 3 loaf cats. They're so cute. I think the embroidery on this one, I've never embroidered eyes before, so they're definitely not the best, but I think it's pretty good for my first attempt. I'm not sure what else I am going to be working on today. I don't think I said this earlier, but today is Saturday the 25th. I really don't have any plans today, except I'm going to be hanging out with my friend later. I think we're going to go to the library or a restaurant to do some work. Everything is starting to open back up now that the snow is all melting, the roads aren't icy, because South Carolina just can't handle the snow the way we did in Pennsylvania. I think tomorrow we are going to be going to North Carolina, me and my same friend that I'm hanging out with today. I don't know if I'll film anything while I'm there, but I'm sure I'll take a project in the car because he usually drives. I think I'm going to go get ready to go hang out with my friend. Maybe I'll crochet a little bit more and film it, but we'll see. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today is January the 26th. I filmed a little bit more yesterday, but not like talking or anything. My friend and I, we just ended up going to the library. I applied for quite a few jobs yesterday, and I got a little bit of crocheting done, as you saw in my last clip while we were at the library. Oh, also last night, I kind of had this like tote full of junk. I finally went through it and condensed it a lot, so I'm pretty happy about that. which leads me into today's goal. I have a huge box of yarn in my room. I originally got my bookshelf to store it all, but my bookshelf now holds books and my record player and my K-pop albums. So I only have one shelf available for yarn. I'll insert a clip of my box of yarn here. So I'm gonna try and tackle this today. There will probably be some yarn winding, but I might release that as like a separate video. But other than trying to clear out my yarn for today, we are not going to North Carolina today. We are just having another library day, but I am hoping to finish this wristlet today. It's what I was working on in the library yesterday. And then I used to have a wristlet on my keychain that I made, but I made it with like super old yarn. That was like more so just testing it out. Because it was super old, the fibers were just not like holding on. I'm pretty sure that yarn was older than me because it used to be my grandma's yarn that I got when she passed away. But I also want to make my own wristlet. This is similar to the one I had. It was like blue with rose gold pearls on it. And I kept the pearls, but like it's so hard trying to get yarn through them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those because I have the rose gold pearls, I have blue pearls, and I have purple pearls. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all of those. I have an idea, but that'll be like a later project. And I'm also hoping to finish my pattern test snake today. I haven't worked on it in a few days because I was a little bit defeated after I messed it up. But today's a new day, and I can hopefully work on it today. I don't know how much I'm going to be filming today because I think there's going to be a lot of noise in my living room with my roommate and stuff. In general, other than like applying for jobs and doing all my crochet stuff, I've also been like organizing my room. I wouldn't say it's necessarily organizing, but I've always had this issue where I'm constantly like reorganizing, rearranging. I have too much stuff, trying to get rid of stuff, and I kind of just spiral sometimes. So what I've been doing recently is, since I know I'm going to be moving at some point this year, even though I don't know when or where I'm going to be moving this year, I know like 100% I'll be moving, and there's a good chance I will be moving to a new state. So I'm like trying to condense my stuff and like kind of pack it, but not necessarily. Like there's no reason to like organize all my stuff in my drawers, which I have all like my crochet stuff in now. So I'm just like trying to deal with that and try to make everything more portable. So I got this little case a while ago, I think last year, and I absolutely love it. It holds all my crochet hooks, but it also has like a lot of storage in it. It has 2 zipper pockets and stuff. So it's just like little things like that. I'm trying to store everything in one place, and especially like if I go on a road trip anywhere or if I fly home, it's much easier to like grab this little bag and have everything, then pack another bag and it get lost and all of that stuff. So just like little things like that I'm trying to do to make my life easier, because I have probably moved like 8 times in the past 5 years, and I'm like just so sick of it. So I'm just like trying to get ahead of the game. My lease doesn't technically end until July, and that'll be like the latest I'm going to be here. But yeah, if anybody has any like cleaning or organizing tips, or if they just like understand where I'm coming from, where I'm like constantly reorganizing my room and rearranging, please let me know in the comments. If you have anything that you do that helps, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, I will check back in with you guys later. Happy Monday, everyone. Today is January 27th. It's pretty late in the afternoon now, which is like way later than I usually start filming. Everything I said I was going to get done yesterday did not get done other than this wristlet. This morning I worked on my personal wristlet, and I think it turned out really, really cute. I'm super happy with it. I did not organize my yarn like I said I was going to. Oops. And I've been working on my fidget snake. My hand has been starting to cramp. I don't know why. That is where we are at with this. I'm hoping to actually finish it today. Other projects I want to work on, I'm not really sure. I definitely want to start tackling my yarn. We'll see if I actually get that done. I've been working on editing my videos as I go because my first video, trying to film and edit that one was rough. I think from start to finish, from when I picked up my camera to the time I uploaded it on YouTube, was like 7 hours, which is like absolutely ridiculous. So what I've been doing is filming shorter clips. For whatever reason, when I connected my phone to my laptop, it would not work at all to transfer the video from my phone to my laptop, and it was like an hour worth of footage. So I tried like uploading it to Google Drive and Dropbox and like all these different things, but the file was so large that it wouldn't. I had to go on CapCut on my phone and split the video up, but then it would take forever to upload to Dropbox and it would take forever to download to my computer. So I've been like trying to film in shorter clips and upload as I go and edit as I go, and I think that's just gonna make it so much easier because I think all my videos are gonna be like Friday through Thursday, so like Thursday night I can finish editing it and then upload it for Friday. I think Fridays are going to be my normal posting day. I've been thinking like I want to make other videos, but even though I've only been doing this for like 3 days, I really enjoy doing the like crochet and chats, but I have like other like standalone video ideas, so maybe I'll go to posting like twice a week because it hasn't been that time consuming, but I'm not like a great editor and adding a bunch of things in that like other people do, so that could change. Filming these every day have helped me stay accountable. I know like I didn't complete everything that I wanted to complete yesterday, but like saying it out loud kind of gets it on like my radar. So I'm like, oh, today I want to accomplish X, Y, and Z, crocheting these 3 things. And I think that is really helping, with the exception of yesterday, but I was in fact hanging out with my friend, applying for jobs, stuff like that. I have so many patterns that I would like to make. I think the patterns I really want to make right now is this one dragon pattern that I've had for a while. It came in 3 sizes, but I like only have enough yarn to make the small one. So I definitely want to do that. Then I really want to make coasters. I saw Passionate Kelsey. She made these like really pretty like lace work sort of thing coasters from, I think it was Bella Coco, one of her tutorials. And I just thought they were like so gorgeous, and I would really like to make them. I also, last night, I finally finished my first book of 2025, which is kind of bad. When I was home for Christmas break, I read like 5 books, and then the last book I had read was My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, and it was such a good book, and I think that just like kind of threw me into a slump because that was the last Tessa Bailey book I had available at that point. So I like just didn't want to read anything else. But one night when I was reading The Spanish Love Deception, it like picked up. Yesterday I read like 200 pages of it. Now that I finished my first book, I think it's time to start my book tracker snake, which I'm super excited about. And I got like the best inspiration for it this morning. So what I'm gonna do is pick 2 colors from the cover and do the houndstooth pattern, which is just like a single crochet, double crochet, and do that, and I think it'll make it look really cool. I'm kind of debating on just like doing that for the whole snake, since I'm doing the like dividers. I think like it would look really cool maybe, but we will see. I would really like to start that today, but I just don't know if I'll like actually get to it today. So I still have to make the like snake head. I'm going to try and crochet it so it says like 2025 on it. I think that's going to be kind of difficult, but I'm confident I can figure it out. I think it'd be like cool to like keep doing, book tracker snakes for however long I can keep up with it. I think it'll be cool to see like my progress. I thought about doing like other things too, like embroidering stars on it to signify how many stars I gave it. I don't know. I think that would just be like an extra element I don't need to stress about with it. Last year in 2024, I only read like 16 books. My goal this year it's 25. I know that's not looking great. I've only read one book and it is January 27th for this year. I had a lot going on at the beginning of January. It will definitely be harder like when I get a job and now that I'm like doing YouTube and all that stuff, but I'm still pretty confident I can hit 25 books. Especially I do a lot of audiobooks, and I know many people don't count that as real reading, but I think it still counts because you're like still a book. Yeah, maybe I'll put my Goodreads on my link tree if anybody wants to like check out what I'm also reading. So I think I'm gonna go try and maybe finish this, or I'm going to start organizing my yarn. My hands are starting to cramp a little bit. I will either check back in with you guys later or hopefully tomorrow. Hello everyone. Today is January 28th. It is currently like 6 p.m. I did not film all day. I ended up having a little change of plans this morning, so my day got turned around, which is totally fine. So I just haven't crocheted all day. I did not finish my fidget snake like I said I would. There was something in particular I wanted to watch last night, and when I went to go watch it, there weren't English subtitles available, so I just couldn't watch it. I was kind of upset after that, so I just like kind of scrolled on my phone until I went to bed. But today is a new day, and now that I'm home, I think the plan for tonight is to finish my fidget snake, start my 2025 reading tracker snake, make the pigeon and flamingo, and then I plan to do some yarn winding. I have my yarn winder out. I did get some editing today, and as I'm like editing while going along, it's much easier to like make changes every day to like how I'm talking and all that stuff, because I realize I kind of talk very choppy, and you might not notice as much in the video, but I notice it while I'm editing and I'm cutting out all those chunks. So I'm trying to like talk in more complete thoughts instead of like trailing off, because that makes editing for me a lot harder. I knew I wasn't going to be perfect at this right away, and I'm excited to go back and like maybe in a few years or even just a year from now and look back at all my old videos just to see like how I've changed or improved and stuff like that. I've made it more of a goal to like watch crochet vlogs and similar style to what I want to do, so I can see how I can make improvements on my videos. I watch a lot of crochet videos in general, but not all of them are like the vlog style or anything like that. It really makes me hope I can get to the point where I can get like an actual vlog camera and like do all that stuff. One thing I have noticed while editing, and I do apologize for that, is I talk like very quiet. I feel like I don't necessarily talk monotone. There's not a lot of like fluctuation in my voice, and I feel like that might be very boring to watch. But this is still new to me, and I do live with a roommate, and I don't want her to think I'm crazy for talking to myself, because I've only told 3 people in my real life that I'm doing this, and I announced it to like my TikTok, but other than that I haven't like really announced it anywhere. I haven't announced it on Instagram yet because I know too many people in my real life that follow me on my Instagram, and I don't want them to go and watch my videos. I know I shouldn't care, but my issue is I do care about what people think too often. Fun fact, I did have a YouTube channel when I was younger, but I plan to check back in with you guys later and I'll tell that story then. Good morning everybody. Today is January 28th. So I did in fact film last night. However, it was like midnight and I was super tired and I just kept stumbling over all my words. I'm like, I don't want to edit this. This is so bad. I just could not speak last night. I am checking in now with what I did last night. So my friend and I, we ended up going to Sonic and Crumble for dinner, and I did not get as much done as I originally thought I was going to, which is totally fine. But I did finish my Fallon the Fidget Snake. I really hope you can see her. If not, when I'm editing, I will insert a better picture of her. So I did finish that last night. And then I also finally started my book tracker snake. I did the 2025 on her that I said I was going to do. And then I did my first book of the year, which was A Spanish Love Deception. I think these colors were absolutely perfect for it. I'm having mixed feelings about her. Kind of hate it, kind of love it. And I think it's just going to be like a scrap yarn project, honestly. And I think like that kind of fits the theme of this year, trying to get rid of all my yarn and stuff. Next year when I do my book tracker snake, which I know is crazy to think a year in advance, I will probably have a designated yarn brand to whatever I'm going to do for my yarn tracker snake. I'm really hoping Joann's is still a thing next year and Big Twist Posh will still be a thing. So I'd love to do a snake out of Big Twist Posh. Yeah, we will see for next year. I did the houndstooth stitch like I said I was going to. I feel like I kind of made it like wider. And I don't know how I feel about how it turned out. I feel like it really doesn't look like houndstooth. I think the goal for today is to do my yarn winding and do crochet a flamingo and pigeon for my friend. Other than that, I don't really have any like solid plans today in general. Of course applying for jobs, but I will probably go to the library to do that because there's better Wi-Fi there. Before I start winding my yarn though, I definitely have to clean my room, and I know I say that a lot, but with all the like yarn colors I used last night between both snakes, there's so much yarn around my room. If you couldn't tell, this is my bedroom, so this is like my all-in-one space, so it gets messy pretty quickly. I also had a really good idea last night. I saw it on TikTok, and it was making bookmarks with like beads, and I have a ton of like letter beads and normal beads, and I wanted to do like crochet bookmarks, so I think I'm gonna like try and do that too. Probably not a today project. I need to start writing down all my ideas because I come up with all these ideas and then I just forget them. Especially I had a bunch of YouTube video ideas and I don't remember them at all. My issue is I think of them when I'm like laying in bed at night. What I really should do is like keep a notepad by my bed just in case. I found a bunch of like cute sayings to put on the bookmarks too, like all reading related. I also promised that I would tell the story of my first YouTube channel. This is like low-key embarrassing and why I had a hard time starting this video now, or starting posting last week. I think I was in 6th grade. At this time, I was a cheerleader and I was a competitive baton twirler. That's important information. So the first ever video I made was a stretching video. I know, it sounds crazy, but I was like trying to copy other like cheerleaders and baton twirlers who were making videos, so it wasn't like completely out of the ordinary. I know I had 3 videos total. I think the second video I had was me baton twirling a routine I had learned. I think the third video was a cheerleading tryout routine that I had to do. I didn't have to like post it on YouTube, I just chose to post it on YouTube. So that was like high-key embarrassing. And I don't know how people found out. I don't know if I told people or what. Though of course I got bullied so much for it. There's one girl that was in my class. She said her family put it on their TV and watched it. It got hundreds of views compared to my other videos. And then I had another friend who was like posting about it to try and get me more views. And I was so sick of getting bullied for it that I deleted the video at 999 views, which is so funny. And I was getting comments on the video too, like some of them were like, oh, wear shorts in your next video so we can see your legs while you're stretching. I had another account comment cute on it. Moral of the story is don't post on YouTube when you're in 6th grade. There are creeps on the internet. I like still low-key always wanted to be a YouTuber. I think it was after my senior year of high school. I was going to start a YouTube channel again. It was supposed to be like my journey as a marine biologist or marine science student, something like career related, but I never did it. Flash forward to now, I have like a reason to start a YouTube channel. And honestly, now I kind of wish I would have started this sooner. I wish I would have done a lot of things differently with my crochet business. Everybody told me to start my social media before I actually had an Etsy shop, and I really wish I would have. Because as you saw in my last video, I started my crochet Instagram in January of 2021. It was private, and I didn't post on it until December of 2023. And I only posted like once in December. So really I didn't kick off my Instagram crochet until like January of 2024. I didn't really like start my TikTok until the beginning of 2024. I didn't really know YouTube shorts were a thing until months after I started posting TikTok videos. So a lot of my shorts didn't make it on here, but they're at least all on my Instagram. I think that might be a video in itself one day, talking about things I wish I would have done differently at the beginning of my business. I should write that down. But yeah, I don't remember what else I talked about last night. I don't even know if I want to watch the footage from last night, just because I know it was so bad. But right now, if you're curious, I am crocheting a granny square. It's going to be a granny square bag. Unfortunately, the rest of the squares for this project is in Florida, of course. I brought it home to work on it over Christmas break, and I feel like I counted those squares so many times before I left South Carolina. And I'm like, oh, I have all 13 of them. But when I actually started to do it and I counted them, I only had 12. And I like searched my room for it. I was sitting on the recliner and I stuck my hands down in the recliner, just could not find it. And then as soon as I get back here, I find it. So I think I need to take a trip to Florida soon because I have a ton of yarn there. I guess that probably works out better in my favor here, that I have less stuff. I'm gonna go clean my room and then wind some yarn, and I will check back in with you guys later. Hello everyone. It is now Wednesday night at like 10 p.m. Super late, I know. But overall, I had a pretty terrible day today. I got rejected from one of the top jobs I applied for. I didn't even like get to move on in the interview process. But I guess that's the struggle of being a new grad. It is totally fine, but like everything was just so off for me today. That was just like the cherry on top. I was able to apply to a few more jobs today. I got some editing done. I finally started writing down all my ideas and compiled it into a list. My day got better when I got home. I filmed a funny TikTok. I basically took a face mask and my lab goggles and started winding yarn, acrylic yarn specifically, because you know when you're like winding acrylic yarn, all the fuzzies go everywhere, and I thought it'd be a really funny TikTok. It did really well on all my platforms, especially TikTok. It got a lot of likes and a lot of comments, so I was like super excited about that. Like I said I was going to do, I crocheted the pigeon. I was fully convinced one of the patterns in Crochet by Jenna's 7-in-1 sitting bird pattern bundle thing was a pigeon. It was not, it was a seagull. But I had purchased Crochet Me Zaddy's like 16-in-1 bird bundle, and there was a pigeon. Super happy with it. I'm going to surprise my friend with it tomorrow. I'm also going to surprise the same friend with a flamingo. He loves flamingos. I'm not too crazy about how this turned out. Just like when you use acrylic yarn and then stuff it, it stretches and you can see the stuffing. Most people really don't care, but he gets a little critical of me and what I crochet, which is totally fine. Unfortunately, like my good like pink flamingo yarn is in Florida, but totally fine. But look how cute they are together. And then I applied for a pattern test I forget when I applied, a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I don't know. And I always go in with low expectations. I subscribe to Jenna's Patreon, so I get to do all her pattern tests. Then I have a friend who does pattern tests, so I always get to do hers. And then I've done one more that I applied to, but everybody who applied got it. But this was the first pattern test that I applied against other people and had to be selected out of a pool of people. So there was 70 comments on the post total. I'm sure not all of those people were applying for the pattern test, but there's still a lot of comments, which means a lot of people applied. So the fact that I got it is super exciting. I was jumping for joy. Especially I was looking at some of the other people who applied and didn't get it, and they had so many more followers than me and all this stuff. So I'm just really honored that I finally got picked for a pattern test. And this one is just absolutely so cute. It's a 2-in-1 pattern. It's a strawberry bundle, and one is just a normal strawberry, and one is a strawberry dipped in chocolate. So I think I'm gonna end up making both. Unfortunately, I don't have red yarn in my chunky yarn, but I do have pink yarn in my chunky yarn. So I think I just might use that, because I think that'll be super cute too. Right now, I am making a loaf cap for one of my old supervisors, different one than the blanket is for. So I'm going to try and finish it tonight and take it to her tomorrow. This is the one by Annie. I think it's Annie Caraway Art. But this is her medium size loaf cap pattern. I think it's technically the kitten pattern. So honestly, it's not gonna take me very long now. I would really like to start the pattern test tonight because I'm just so eager for it. But I don't know if I'm going to, because it's already 10 p.m. and I didn't sleep great last night. So the smarter thing would be to go to bed, but we will see. I will try and do a little time lapse of me crocheting. That I've noticed while I'm editing that a lot of the time you can't actually see what I'm crocheting, and wow, I just look silly. So I'm hoping I finally adjusted the camera to the perfect level so you can see me crocheting. I also have my camera zoomed out the whole way, so we will see if that helps. So I'm really hoping I get to the point where it would make sense for me to get a vlogging camera. It would be a stupid financial decision for me to just go and get a $500 camera. And I know you don't have to necessarily get the top of the line camera or whatever. I would rather get a good one out front rather than get multiple cheaper ones that might break and stuff. I think the one that's really popular right now, I know Crochet by Jenna uses it. It's the DJI, I think, something like that. And it is $700, I think. It's just a super nice camera in general with everything it does. And the big thing would be you can flip the screen up, but you can actually see where you are. For tomorrow, I really don't have any solid plans other than I have an appointment in the morning at career services at my university. They still help alumni, which is super nice, especially after you graduate. So I'm gonna go in and talk to them about job searching and stuff. I'm trying not to get all discouraged or defeated, because it's just super hard finding jobs in general. Crochet wise, I really don't know what I want to accomplish tomorrow, other than the pattern test if I don't finish it tonight, because I'm starting to think I might just hold off on it. I've started to realize I'm becoming super disorganized every night when I come home and crochet, where I should be kind of staging everything on my desk, but I've more so been staging it on my bed, which isn't a great idea, especially when I want to go to bed and I have to throw everything off. I'm like trying to work on it. I'm a super messy person, fun fact. Basically everything left on my list of project ideas that I wrote down today is those coasters I talked about, the bookmarks, and the dragon that I would like to make. So maybe one of those can be a tomorrow project. I'm not really sure. I'll just have to see like how my day goes if I get that pattern test done. I technically have like 8 days to do the pattern test, but I've realized with pattern testing, especially for Jenna, that there are people who will do it like immediately. And so when it gets like to the point where you do it, it's like, well, everybody's already corrected all the mistakes. I mean, it's still like fun to actually make it and be a pattern tester. So I definitely want to do it early. I did wind some yarn today. I did good. I got about 20 minutes worth of footage, and I'm aiming for an hour before I post the video. I've also come up with like quite a few ideas to do standalone videos where I could potentially start posting 2 videos a week. Posting twice a week sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. The crochet vlogs are pretty easy, honestly, especially because I've been editing them as I go. For like a standalone video with like an actual topic, that's gonna be like a little bit harder to make and edit. So I want to like try to get a few weeks worth of videos before I actually like start posting. I guess that'll be like something I figure out as I go. And hopefully like posting more will like help get more traffic to my channel, and that'll help like the algorithm and stuff. And it's funny like just talking like that, because I remember watching influencers on TikTok and it'd be like algorithm this, algorithm that, I'm shadow banned, all this stuff. And now I like totally get it, and it is like by far one of the most frustrating things ever. I feel like I'm just kind of yapping at this point, but I think that's kind of the point of crochet and chats. Even though I'm only like a week into this journey, I've been having so much fun. It was really hard at first having to listen to my voice while I'm editing. It gets really frustrating because I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, I can't speak English. It's definitely gotten easier with like editing every day. And like I said yesterday, I was trying to like fix the way I talked, because I knew I talked quiet and monotone and I didn't talk in complete sentences. I know like I will always have that, like where I say something and it just doesn't come out right and I have to repeat it. Like today I'm trying to make sure that like you can see what I'm crocheting in the frame when I'm talking. But trust me, that I could make a compilation of hours worth of footage of me just like sitting here staring and thinking, what am I going to say next? Since I just like, my brain just does not want to brain sometimes and come out with complete sentences. I'm almost done with this now. I definitely want to try and finish this before I actually go to bed. I think I'm going to like download and maybe look over the strawberry pattern before I go to bed, but I probably won't start it tonight. My appointment is at like 10:30 tomorrow, and I've been like just naturally waking up early, so I might just like maybe get up and do it. I don't know, I guess I'll decide that when I look at the pattern tonight and see like how many rows and how complex the pattern is. I think by the time I actually do finish this Loaf cat, I don't think I will be filming anymore unless I film before my meeting tomorrow, which I don't really plan on it, but I guess we'll see. So if I don't, I'll insert a picture of it here of the finished product. I know my old supervisor is going to love it, because I made one before and showed it to her like in this exact color and this exact size, and it seemed like she really liked it. Career Services is like right across from my old job. It'll be super easy to try and stop in there. And then my friend will be on campus tomorrow, so I'll be able to give him his flamingo and pigeon. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello everyone, today is January 30th. Today is officially the last day of this week's video. As you saw in the last clip, I actually did film this morning. I woke up at like 7 a.m. this morning and made the mistake of scrolling on TikTok and Instagram. And if anybody here is a fan of Enhypen, you would know that today Nikki's cover of Guilty got released. So of course I had to stay up and watch that. And then today was also the release of N O'Clock. And for non-K-pop fans, that's basically like a weekly YouTube video they put out of them doing like fun stuff. So I wanted to watch that before I saw any spoilers on TikTok. So while I was watching that, as you can see in the last clip, if you see me laughing and smiling, that's why I was watching it. It was the episode where they're doing like the Little Red Riding Hood and wolves and the flowers and stuff, but highly doubt anybody watching this is an Enhypen fan, will have no idea what I'm talking about. I made my chocolate covered strawberry, which is super ironic. If you are an Enhypen fan, you would know Jungwon and his strawberry and chocolate trend thing. But besides that, she is super cute. I am so happy with her, and I think I'm going to make a few more. I do have more brown yarn to do another chocolate covered one. Unfortunately, I don't have any red yarn in the chunky yarn, so I used pink, but I think the pink looked really cute. It still kind of matches like that whole theme, because this is like, I feel like this is perfect for Valentine's Day. So I have the leftover yarn from the Loaf cat I made, so I think I'm going to make another strawberry out of it. I think it'd be cute. And I think if I do make another chocolate covered strawberry, I might maybe put like white stripes on it to kind of look like drizzled in white chocolate. Or maybe I'll do another one and maybe do a white chocolate one. But we will see, because I think it can be like a very cute video. But yeah, overall, I had a decent day. My appointment at Career Services went well. I got a job interview for next week, which is super exciting. Not career related, but it is a job. I guess that makes up for my rejection. I don't really have any plans for tonight. The current goal is to apply for 3 jobs every day, and I've only applied for 1 so far today. So technically I should apply for 2 more jobs tonight. I have to edit the video, but I'm also still filming content for the video. I feel like I want to make at least like 1 or 2 more things. Maybe I'll do the strawberry. I also have to do my January recap. I haven't really solidified what I'm going to be putting in it, but I think for sure it's going to be overall what I made plus like how many things did I actually make. That's like a 2-in-1 thing. Number of skeins used. I want to include number of skeins used in that list. But like I said, I'm trying to use all my scrap yarn and stuff, and I would like to count that as skeins used. So that number is kind of like, I feel like that number is just kind of subjective, but I think it just kind of works for my situation with like trying to use up my yarn. I feel like for that number, it might just be like skein/yarn ball scraps used. I want to include number of sales, but I had 0 sales this month, which is totally fine, but I guess I'll still include that because maybe I'll get more sales throughout the year and then you can see that number grow. So I don't think I got my first sale last year until like March. It was my dad, of course, but I think I'll throw in like an updated follower count, but I think I'll only do it for like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, since those are my main platforms. And I think I lost a follower on Facebook, funny enough. So I think the plan for tonight is I'm gonna go and edit all the footage I have so far. I'll check back in with you guys later and finally go over all the supplies I'm trying to use up, because I did say I was going to do that in this video. And every day I said I'm going to do it and I haven't yet. So I will talk to you guys later. Hello everyone. I am back a few hours later. I filmed this outro already, and when I looked at the footage back, my camera was facing the wrong way. That just shows that I really need to get one of those cameras where it flips up and I can see where I'm filming. I am very tired, and I was truthfully trying to do this in 1 take, so it was super easy to edit because there's a lot of little edits that I have to make to the video. because I learned that like when I'm going back and cutting clips and stuff, it messes up some of the extra inserts I put in the video. I know that's 100% user error, but I am still learning. But after I got off last, I did in fact edit what I had already filmed for the video, and then I cleaned off my entire floor and sweeped it, and then I jumped in the shower. If you couldn't tell, my hair is different and I'm dressed differently. But as I promised, I'm gonna go through the supplies that I'm trying to get rid of and use up before I move out, and it's not as much as I thought. As I mentioned earlier, I had these beads and these pearls. These ones work really well with the wristlets, but these ones don't. But I think with like my bookmark bead idea, these will be perfect. Then I have like a few sets of safety eyes. I've learned I prefer just getting like the bulk sets of one size because I have like my size preferences now. But I have like this little container of safety eyes. I have another container that's in Florida, of course. Then I have these colored ones. They're actually glitter ones, and I thought they were super cute at first, but you have to like put all the like little inserts in, which is fine. It doesn't take like any time, but it's just like an extra pain in the butt on top of what you already have to do, and then if you lose one and stuff like that. And then the other supplies I want to use that I'll probably throw all these supplies into is this. I hope you can see it. This container full of stuff. I have like all the letter beads. I have some buttons from when I was doing my kitchen towels. And then I have like my keychain hardware. And then I also have all my wristlet hardware. So I'm really hoping to use all that up before I move out. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I hope it is much better than last week. I know this video is super long, but leave a comment below if you like the length of this video or if you would prefer shorter vlogs. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!